First card out, the Devil. Followed by the World. Past energy, Magician. Future energy, the Lovers. 4 cards out, 4 major arcana. Something on this Devil energy, please. Something needs to be released. Something needs to be completely released. You could have felt like you've already released something, but there's some kind of cord cutting that needs to be done. Something needs to be intentionally done. The Bat energy is coming through like a ritualistic death. We've got the Magician in the recent past. Feels like something you've been manifesting, something you've been creating for a long time. Doing the inner work. Taking action. Feels like you planted a lot of seeds. You've been nurturing your projects, nurturing your business, whatever it is you're doing. But there's something that needs to be taken further. And the way to take this further is to create an intentional ending to either an old self or an old habit, or a habit in the present, or something you're doing, someone you're seeing, a version of yourself, a narrative, a story. It's like you know how to do this. It doesn't feel like a case of like what I'm saying. If this does resonate, it's like not a case of what I'm saying is going to be like you're not going to know where to start with that. It feels like you know what you need to do. Something needs to be intentionally done, a ritualistic death. Something's run its course. There's an opportunity right now for you to transform. Phoenix rising. But it means you taking charge. It means you doing something, you being the change, creating the environment you need to intentionally start something different. Chariot, paradigm shift. It feels like you've reprogrammed something, but you're being asked to really use everything, use all your magic, use all elements of things to bring something about. The physical follows the energy. It's like even the smallest things to help you embody the energy of what it is you're creating, where it is you're moving to. And it really could be anything. How you start your day, the way you wash, what you use to wash, the way you pamper yourself, what you wear, how you wear it. The stories you tell yourself, the music you're listening to, the products you're using. Are things reflecting your true value right now, your true values? How can you romanticize your day? How can you use things that are around you and what's within you to be feeling good? To confirm that you're already the thing that you seek to be. It's like, don't wait for an opportunity. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to be you. Because it feels like you're waiting for something to start before you transform completely. Although there's already been some transformation. It's like waiting for the right time. But Spirit's saying it is the right time. 007 kind of energy, like go away and come back, ta-da. It's time to take something to the next level. It's time to release anything that's been holding you back. There's new love coming in the near future. Being guided to read the Bat. Let me just grab that. Yeah, 37, Antelope, time to take action. The Blue Heron, reflection. Obviously follow your gut, do what's right for you. This is just what's coming through here. But for an example, maybe taking a day, a whole day, where you reflect on things, where you make a list of all the things that maybe you was addicted to, or things that you used to get by, that your old self needed to get by. Certain habits, certain behaviours. Maybe it was to do with like flight mode energy, running off or running away from things, avoidance. Not wearing certain things because of judgment. Not showing up as your authentic self because of judgment, because of how people think maybe how you should be. Stereotypical energy. Judging the book by the cover. It feels like you're being asked to really come out of yourself, to be yourself, boldly, brightly. Your light's needed right now. Maybe it's a case of burning something you used to use, or just writing a letter to the thing that you're releasing and actually burning that. Some kind of ritual, some kind of... But you can do that with just your mind. You don't need these things. It's just a decision away, but if it helps. It's like bask yourself in the energy that you want to be. That thing of we are who we're around the most, who we hang around the most. It's like we are the energy we're around the most, whether that's music, whether that's playing some kind of game, watching a certain genre of film. It's like if you're watching horror films all day, every day, listening to music about death, you're going to be feeling that. Regardless of if you mind it or not, that is going to be what you're feeling. That's the imagery, that's the energy. That's what then you're going to be subconsciously creating and looking for from that feeling. So it's like shift the feeling. Regardless of the chaos going on around you, how can you ground yourself? How can you honour yourself? It feels like you're being asked to treat yourself to luxuries that actually help you to thrive, not some kind of short-term satisfaction. You're being prepared to meet somebody. It feels like there's a few different contrasting narratives here. It's like you needed to be ready to meet this person because there's certain things you didn't want to carry with you, and there's certain things that shouldn't have been carried with you into this new relationship. But then there's also been a lesson that you're worthy of love now with your imperfections, regardless of some kind of human narrative, that you're worthy of unconditional love. And it feels like these lessons have been like simultaneous. To learn to love yourself. But in order for something to stay balanced in the physical, for something to stay successful, it's going to be in your best interest to release these things, whatever it is. Something that's keeping you in nostalgia of your past. It's going to change the experience moving forward. And it's like when you're ready, I'm hearing when you're ready. King of Wands. It's like when you're ready to take when you're ready to crown yourself. When you're ready to step up. And for some of you, it's like being frustrated that things aren't moving quicker. But in retrospect, it's like being so grateful that things moved at the pace they did. It's like you've been given this time. This time is a blessing. so you're not overwhelmed, so you can see something clearly, so you don't make the same mistake as maybe you once did. Ace of Cups, the Moon. I'm meant to read the back. Best you can do right now is rest, relax, slow down, drop into the feminine, feel good. Enjoy the pleasures of life from that heart space. Judgment. It does feel like in between two worlds, that you need to pause, take a minute, really being brought to your knees by source, having to surrender, letting go of everything. Completely letting the old self die so something new can be born. Feels like this is a heavy energy. Don't fight to come out of the heavy energy. Don't wait for it to pass. Don't wait for the storm to pass, to go back to the old ways. It's like this storm is here for you. This weight is here for you. It's like, don't resist it. Let it pull you down and let it go. When the weight's too heavy, there's no option but to let go. It's like instead of fighting to, even instead of fighting to raise your vibration, feel good, whatever it is, it's like you may be feeling called to actually just feel, to let go, to sit in that, to sit in the dirt, to sit in the dark. It's like just plant yourself at this time. You're about to bloom. It's like I'm seeing petals falling off of a rose. It's like the cycle of life, that death, rebirth energy. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Sacred bat flew to me from the darkness of the cave, womb-like reflections, answers it gave. Birth, death, rebirth, cycles of the whole, never ending, just eclipsed, the journey of the soul, rebirth. Number 42, page 205. Bat embraces the idea of shamanistic death. The ritual death of the healer is steeped in secrets and highly involved initiation rites. Shaman death is the symbolic death of the initiate to the old ways of life and personal identity. The initiation that brings the right to heal and to be called shaman is necessarily preceded by ritual death. Most of these rituals are brutally hard on the body, mind and spirit. In light of today's standards, it can be very difficult to find a person who can take the abuse and come through it with their balance intact. The basic idea of ancient initiations was to break down all the former notions of self that were held by the shaman to be. This could entail brutal tests of physical strength and psychic ability, and having every emotional button pushed hard. Taunting and spitting on the initiate was common, and taught him or her to endure the duress with humility and fortitude. The final initiation step was to be buried in the earth for one day and to be reborn without the former ego in the morning. This ritual is very similar to the Night of Fear practiced by natives of Turtle Island. In this ritual, the shaman-to-be is sent to a certain location to dig his or her grave and spend the night in the womb of Mother Earth, totally alone, with the mouth of the grave covered by a blanket. Darkness and the sounds of animals prowling quickly confronts the initiate with his or her fears. As the darkness of the grave has its place in this ritual, so does the cave of Bat. Hanging upside down is a symbol for learning to transpose your former self into a newborn being. This is also the position that babies assume when they enter the world from the womb of woman. If Bat has appeared in your cards today, it symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of some way of life that no longer serves your new growth pattern. This can mean a time of letting go of old habits and of assuming the position in life that prepares you for rebirth, or in some cases initiation. In every case, Bat signals rebirth of some part of yourself or the death of the old patterns. If you resist your destiny, it can be a long drawn out or painful death. The universe is always asking you to grow and become your future. To do so, you must die the shaman's death. There's an opportunity here to reach a level of potential that feels like a dream away at this moment. And it feels like an instant shift, something you've already prepared for. And it just means making a few little tweaks, a few minor things shifting a few minor things. I feel like it always helps me to clear things when in water. Maybe that could help, even if it's just in the bath. It helps to do that in the dark. Like really going into a meditation. You should not be advising people to meditate in the bath. That's what I do though. It's like just going into a meditation. It's like stay awake, but you go somewhere else. And it's kind of like that, like going back into the womb. Setting your intentions before you get in. Having something prepared for when you get out to amplify that intention. And different materials, like the material of the cup could make a difference. If you have a drink waiting for you, it's like the material of the cup. What it is that you're drinking, how you're drinking it, how you feel about that, to actually connect with it before you drink it, to speak your intentions into water. It's like water holds memory. One more, 6 of Cups. 6 of Wands, yeah, the Queen of Cups. It does feel like an ego death. It feels like it could have been quite uncomfortable for you to have to face certain shadow aspects of yourself recently. But understand that it's like, this is the real work. You're overcoming obstacles that you're not going to have to face again. The way through this is going into your heart. It's not about how you look, it's about how you feel. Keep coming back to the feeling. Instead of surface level things. It's like, you know, if people are feeling down, it's like they'll go and get their hair done. It's like, there's a difference, even that, it's like people that go and get their hair done. There's a difference between going there because you're enjoying the relaxation, being present, having a massage on your head and feeling great. And it's like doing it for you because you're feeling good. But sometimes it's like from a place of seeking validation. Or it's like you want it to look a certain way. It lasts 5 minutes. By the time it's worn off, you're back to feeling like shit. It's like, instead of keep chasing something, instead of keep looking for things to mask how you're feeling or to hide how you're feeling, to fully feel how you're feeling. Example for me is like I could spend hours getting ready and feeling like I'm looking the best I ever looked, but could feel like absolute shit. And that's a narrative that I had to change. It's like, it's more about how you're feeling. Like even with doing these readings, if I decide to put makeup on to do the reading, by the time I put the makeup on, I'm not in a good mood anymore. When I was about to start the reading, I'm all excited to do the reading and I'm there painting on my face and it's like, oh, this is just jarring. I just want to get on with it. It feels like if you tell a child to wait, it's like they're going to the park or they're going to play. And then you get there and you tell them, oh, you have to wait for something. Or let's go and do something else first and then we'll go to the park. We just got to go shop. It's like, it kills the energy, deads the energy because the intention's not about the message, the intention's about something surface level. Then the other day when I was at the spa, it was like, I'm laying there looking like absolute crazy lady. Like, hair's gone over, I've poured cold buckets over my head, I've been under the water, no makeup, which is something that I've never would have been able to do in the past, because it's like just because of judgment and programming. And just laying there, and I just thought to myself, like, I feel so great. Like, I do not give a F. And that is what it comes back to. It's like, no matter how much you look like you feel good, if you're not feeling good, what's the point? It feels like really letting go of control of material things, of fighting to get things done, and getting yourself to a place where you feel good at what you see as your worst, and owning that and being happy with that and being content. Like how a child will just go and get twigs in their hair and get mud all over themselves and just be smiling. It's like, let something go. It's not about how it looks, it's about the energy. Right now, it's like the energy supporting you to have this transformation. And it feels like it's kind of like you're going to want to be feeling good and feeling nice because of this person that's coming in. It's like you're being prepared for date night and you don't know it. You're being prepared to meet somebody and you don't know it. Something like that's going on. So don't let your inner child run the show. Or like wounded inner child kind of energy. See the bigger picture. Trust that even the delays are happening for you. You're going to be happier about it that way when it comes in. How you see yourself in the dark. External influences, Emperor. Hope to get moving. Outcome, the intentions. It's like a shift in your intentions. Transcending some kind of emotion. Letting go of something, accepting something. The Sun, the King of Cups. It's like you might have needed to even shift the way you were looking at things so that there wasn't some kind of self-sabotage when this new love come in. It's like the way you're going to be seeing things clearly. It's going to change the way you're taking action. You calling your energy back to yourself. Cutting cords with whatever this thing is or these things are. Because it's like, it feels like you're not the problem here, but that you've collected a lot of baggage. Some kind of energetic baggage that could have got in the way. Something that you needed to tend to before this come in. Ace of Wands. It feels like you're quite honest with yourself. Like you're not holding back. You can see exactly where you're holding yourself back. You know something needs to change. It feels like you've been honest with yourself. Even to the point of the internal conflict. It's like not being aware. It's not that you're not aware that something needs to change. It's just like, give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. Time's up. Time's up. It's like there is no minute. There's nothing to wait for. The pain, it's like these feelings that are, and it's like this pain that is connected to whatever this thing is that you're going to release. Once it's released, you're not going to need a minute. It's like you need a minute because it's like you're needing a break from how you're feeling. The pain's in holding on. The feeling's coming because of not surrendering. Once you've surrendered, the thing that you don't want to do, actually, it's going to dissolve the feeling that you need a minute for, that you need a break for, realizing that there's actually nothing really to grieve here. It's like everything's always changing. You're moving on to something better. Not saying there's nothing to grieve like that if there's nothing to grieve, but it's like, regardless of that grief, something's ready now and you're ready now. And it feels like the feeling that could be urging you to move in an extreme way or in an addictive way is because of the frustration of not surrendering. Do the thing that you think you can't do. Positive changes are on their way, a welcome relief from troubled times, travelling or relocating. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individuals. Strong, patient, self-sufficient and funny. A romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. Getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. Yeah, it's like somebody's scared to show their true self. Could be fear of rejection, fear of heartbreak. It's like it's easier to close your heart down or to be with someone that you don't really care about, because then there's less pain if it doesn't work out. That's how it feels. Be mindful of self-sabotage. Maybe this is the other person. Yeah, Page of Cups. It doesn't feel like something that's going to get in the way of this new relationship. It just feels like something to be aware of, where you might get in your own way. It's like when these feelings arise, it pulls you out of your intuition. It's hard to go with your gut instinct because these feelings are dominating your gut feeling. It feels like by releasing whatever it is you're being guided to release, it's going to help for emotions to balance out, which is going to help you to connect to your intuition, which is going to help you not to sabotage these blessings coming in. The Empress. Yeah. The way out of anxiety is to surrender, to let go, loosen your grip. Commit. It's time to commit. There could be a fear of commitment because of a fear of heartbreak or whatever this might stem from. A fear of having to do something alone or having to start again alone. It's like you might as well not be with someone so it doesn't have to end. Fall in reverse. But it's like holding you back from your dreams. It's time to change. It feels like if you're consciously aware that you struggle with change, it's like make these changes a priority. Even if that's all you do. Because it's like this is the answer to something shifting. More so than anything else. There's always going to be something else to be done. There's always going to be a way to grow a business further, to learn something in a deeper way, a new skill, to earn more, to travel somewhere new. There's always going to be something else. But it's like, instead of running around chasing that, I'm seeing Sonic grabbing the coins. It's like instead of running around chasing, like picking up the next coin, just stop and deal with this. And then it's like all these coins that you're trying to chase or trying to hunt down are going to come to you. Something needs to be cleared. The Sun, number 19. Plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.